First, forget inspiration. Habit is more dependable. Habit will sustain you whether you're inspired or not. Octavia Butler. My friends, just do it each and every day. It's the way I keep myself healthy. It's the way I keep myself in the market. It's the way I keep my good habits. It has nothing to do with whether I'm inspired. I'm so tired of hearing all the namby-pamby. Let's get inspired. Well, you know what? What really counts is, are you doing the work? And if you're not doing the work, doesn't matter how inspired you are to start tomorrow. Start today. Stay on it today, tomorrow, until you figure it out. And when I meet people, when I train people, when they are dedicated, and it is day in, day out, doesn't matter what happens, I am going to learn this. I know they're going to learn it. And the ones who just get burned out, I just can't do it anymore, I'm tired, it's not working, those are losers. Stick with it, my friends. You can do this. I have seen so many people figure it out. Doesn't matter how educated you are, it matters how persistent you are. That's life in general. Let's jump into these charts. We see stocks are mixed. Bonds are up. Gold and Bitcoin are down. Bitcoin, Bitcoin is down. It's gold that I'm doing the on because it's down over 3%. Let's look first at the S&P 500. What do we see? Well, a pretty flat trend line, but it is slowly moving down. We can see where things have topped. Now, we saw a big down week. I keep giving you this warning. Back in November, we had a couple of spinning tops and then a down week, and then things took over. We had two spinning tops and we're in a down week. Is it going to go down? We've not broken either one of our two resistance lines yet. You can see that we've come down and touched it in the morning, and then in the afternoon up a little bit. Decent volume in the morning, off in the afternoon. But again, we start crossing that resistance line in the second one, then we got something going on. Right now, we're just hovering. The market could take off again. Do I think it's going to do that? No, but does what I think matter? No. Everybody's got an opinion. I want to go by what the charts are telling me, and they're not telling me yet. Let's look at where we are with the Qs. The Qs, we can see, again, have broken through that first trend line, going through the second one. In fact, we had the classic setup, as I told you. Took a little bit of time for it to start running, but those of you who've been in the market, you know how it takes a little time to start running. Now, we push through this second trend line, then of course we are really starting to move. So we have, going into the third week of down movement. Now, is it accelerating super fast? No, it's not. In fact, we're right around where we were when this whole thing started on the red spinning top week of February the 2nd. But we are starting to, again, we've got a nice down angle. We've had some pretty good volume. We've had great volume on the weekly. Hell, we got to go all the way back to early January just to go a little bit below average. Last 2 weeks, well above average as things have been moving down. This week, we shall see. Shortened week, of course. We were closed yesterday for President's Day. But of course, we are back in the run today. And again, the Qs blowing off some steam. Is it likely to turn around going into the third week and jam back up? Well, particularly no if we get below this next marker. So keep your eye, if you're not already short the NASDAQ 100, be thinking about it, be watching. Now, where are we on bonds? Well, we're going into our second week of up movement, and look, we've pushed through that ceiling. Remember, it's going down, it's a floor. If you're going up, it's a ceiling, and we're pushing through that ceiling. The head is bouncing through it as we move up 0.17%. Not a huge up move, but you tack them all together. We look at the 2-day chart. The weekly chart. It's just 2 candles, but you look at this half-day chart. Started back on the 5th of February. Jumped up, slid sideways, jumped up, slid sideways, jumped up. So again, bonds are moving through, cleared that first hurdle, and continue to move up. So, again, long-owned bonds, not a problem. What do we see going on with gold? Well, gold pulled back strong today, 3.12%, dropping below the weekly trend line on the half-day, pushing through it on the 2-day, and look, below it on the weekly with a doji here. Again, I don't even think that's really a doji. Let's blow that up. Always a good thing to do. No, don't even have a wick on top. It's just red down candle below the trend line. Now, again, this is the trend line after the super huge week and last week. But again, that week after, we didn't drop below that candle. This week, we've dropped through our trend line. If we track this back, though, let's go back to where, oops, didn't mean to rotate that around. If we go back to where we were that week, we did drop it. We did drop through it. So again, this week is a repeat of where we were 2 weeks ago, and I think I'm screwing up. I think I just accidentally moved our floor. We will get that put back in place. I'm going to have to figure out where I had set that. Had I set that? I think I set that right down. Well, I'll figure that out. Sorry, I didn't mean to screw that up on our chart. But here is where we are when it comes to gold. We are seeing some softening. Now, as we wrote for you, gold is still what? Gold is still, like the rest of the precious metals, still has some bullishness left in it, but as we talked about, it's going to be seeing a lot of volatility, and down 3.12%, that's some volatility right there. We'll keep an eye on it, see if this is just an interim thing that's going to work its way out and then start moving up again, or is gold going to be moving back down and consolidating somewhere lower? We'll keep our eye on it. Let's look at where we are on Bitcoin. Down, my friends, 1.49%, so about 1.5% down. Now we look at where we are in here, and you can see how we've been sliding around over the last many days. We hit this interim low back on the week beginning the 2nd of February, and you can see it actually occurred on the, well, we can go to the half day and show you exactly, occurred in the afternoon on Thursday, the 5th, where it bobbed down to its interim low, popped up, and now it moved down, popped up for a day on Friday, and then on Tuesday, pulling back. So we're still with a lot of downward pressure on Bitcoin. Are we trying to build a base? Who knows? Maybe. We were hoping Bitcoin had built a base, remember? Back in November, all the way through the start of the other big move down when things plumbed the low the week of the 26th of January and then dumped at the beginning of February. So again, is Bitcoin building a base here where it will hold? Well, if we look at where it could actually keep moving down to before it might find something that really stops it, we can go all the way back to the low of August the 5th of 2024, man. That's way down there, just below $14. And again, this is the ETF. This is not Bitcoin itself, but that's what we like to trade because guess what? It's an ETF. You don't have to put your money in a crypto exchange and worry about it having a problem, as we have seen time and time again. It's one reason they created the Bitcoin ETF. Now, I know there are problems with it. There are good things about it, bad things about it. Practice trade whatever it is you're going to actually do at some point. And again, we're not giving you market advice. We're simply here to educate you. And we want you to practice the way you're going to play. If you're going to play in the market, through a regular exchange, through a regular broker, like whether it's Schwab or whoever it may be, a lot of good ones, minimum fees, if any, great way. You can trade it on your phone. You can buy and sell. You can do all you need to do. I love HODL. I just love it. I traded the precursors to it. So again, as Bitcoin was getting itself put into the market, I love it. Anyway, that is just my feeling. Doesn't have to be yours. That's where we are, folks. As we end the day, first day of this week after the President's Day holiday in the States. Sorry I didn't warn you about that on Friday. And we appreciate you being with us. We always love to hear from you. CW@chartingwealth.com. Don't hesitate to reach out to us. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth.